I feel like we should talk about the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. We've got some new champions. As I understand it, Claudio Castagnoli is the new world champion.
Right.
And the match everybody's really talking about, at least in my opinion, is that unbelievable dog collar match for the tag team titles. It feels like FTR have just ran the tag team division everywhere they went, holding the New Japan titles, the AAA titles, and the Ring of Honor titles until this past Saturday afternoon. It was an afternoon special, and my goodness, they stole the show again. This is the third straight pay-per-view from Ring of Honor, as best I can tell, that the Briscoes and FTR have stole the show. It somehow keeps getting better. I didn't think they could top it, but it seems like they did it again, Jim.
Yeah, they had a great match. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, I forgot that this pay-per-view was on the air until it started about 20 minutes ago, shall we say. And good old Jeff Jones, I hear, is moving to Jacksonville. Why in the hell, I don't know, but nonetheless, it is what it is. He sent me a link, God bless him, and I watched the rest of the show. I think I picked it up in the match with involving Athena.
Oh, yeah.
So that's where I jumped in and made my hot tag and messed up my hair and poured water on my head, squeezed my tattoos, got all jacked. So it was good. It was good. So that's where I started. But without a doubt, the match of the night, or the afternoon, as it were, was the dog collar tag match, and it was just absolutely unbelievable. I thought the thing that I thought about this morning, and I don't understand why. I had better things to think about, but I got up wondering. I wonder how sore those four guys are, and it was a piece of work. It was a piece of art. It was just crafted amazingly. They gritted their teeth. They did what they had to do. Tons of blood, whether you like that or you don't. That's what was there.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought those guys just did a terrific job telling the story. You know, I haven't seen that much work for the Briscoes in my run around the track here. So I loved it. I thought those guys just did great. They got to be sore as hell today. Their heads got to be sore. Their bodies got to be sore. And I was surprised, pleasantly so. Not that I'm not an FTR fan, because I am a huge FTR fan. I think they're just as good as tag team as in the pro wrestling business right now. But I hadn't seen the Briscoes that much, and I loved everything they did. To me, was new, and I loved that. They had great creativity, just some great stuff, man. So all good, all good. I really, really enjoyed it. I tip my hat, if I had one on, that it was just an amazing piece of work. And I'm proud of those guys. Those are the matches, and not just because of the blood, folks. Those are the kind of matches that you look at in amazement and admire the handiwork of four really professional guys.
Yes.
So it was great. It was great. Their effort, their heart, their soul was put in that match. It was very, very important to those guys to score the match of the night, and they did that, quite frankly. You know, there's other matches that were good.
Yes.
But you know, you always worry about following something like that. It's just almost impossible to do. But I really loved it. That's not the match of the week, albeit it may be the match of the year. Hell, I don't know. It was really great, though. So my hat's off. I think it was about 2,500, 3,000 people there, as I heard it. And it made me fun. It made it fun to be a wrestling fan again, because it had so many elements of the territory days and those big blow off matches and the juice and all that stuff. So I'm really glad I remember that it was on, and because I was watching the Army Navy game,
right,
which ended up being a pretty good ball game if you like defense and low scoring and passion, and I like all those things. So it was good, Conrad. You said you watched the dog collar match, right?
I did. I didn't get a chance to see the entire pay-per-view, but I went out of my way to see that one. And I think the Briscoes and FTR are probably my two favorite tag teams, and have been for quite a while. And for a long time, you know, several years ago, if you asked me, hey, what's your favorite tag team match? I might have said the Young Pistols and the Midnight Express from Great American Bash 1990. But I think now I can pretty much say any match that the Briscoes and FTR have had this year, And maybe that dog collar match. I mean, it was something worth going out of your way to see. And I know that the Ring of Honor pay-per-view got a little bit of criticism online from fans, but when they added,
excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm just curious. What is there to criticize? What were they criticizing? I'm curious.
well, I think before that match was put into the order, a lot of fans were chirping online saying, "Is this really a $40 pay-per-view?" Well, let me tell you this: that match was a $40 match. That's what I was getting to. Go out of your way to see it. If you had any hesitation of, I don't know if I want to see that. It's an afternoon show and it's $40 and they don't really, whatever it is, go out of your way to see it. To me, everything else, I'm sure everything else was great, but I wanted to see that. I saw it. It felt like I got my money's worth. So
yeah, I'm with you.
Unbelievable match. Got to be a match of the year candidate. Maybe the greatest, and everybody wants to say everything's the greatest, but there has been a standard in dog collar matches for a long time. That was Roddy Piper and Greg the Hammer Valentine back at Starrcade. In my mind, as far as a tag team dog collar match, that has to be right at the top of the list. My goodness, what a performance by both teams. Can't wait to see what's next for both teams. And I think Dax Harwood's probably had one of the best years any wrestler could have had. I mean, you take a look at all the different matches and all the different stipulations and singles matches and tag team situations. What a year Mr. Harwood's had this year.
Yeah, smart guy, understands the business very well. So does his partner.
Yeah.
But I'm with you on that's going to be hard to top in any arena from any company. And some are going to say, well, it's too bloody. Well, what did you expect a dog collar match to be?
Right.
A trading of headlocks? That ain't going to happen. So it was really good. I'm proud of those guys. And I wish I knew the Briscoes better on a personal level. I don't. I'd like to. I don't know what their plans are for the future other than taking care of their chickens in Delaware. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
So it was good. It was really good. I am proud of those guys. Their effort was exemplary, and they showed other talents what can happen if you put your heart and soul in your match and really invest unselfishly, because they all sold. They all had their moments,
Mm-hmm.
and I just loved it. I thought it was just it brought me back to the older days of things, of those blow off scenarios. And ironically, even though the Briscoes won the match and won the titles, I don't see this story being over at this point in time. I think there's more stuff on the back burner, because I could watch these two teams work and wrestle every day, but their bodies would not hold up to every day. They're going to be sore for days after what we saw. So it was really good. I'm proud of those guys. Happy to be in the business. Those matches make you happy that you're in the wrestling business. It wasn't a spot fest. It wasn't a flip flop and fly situation. They told a great story. They punished each other. They sold amazingly well. They were very, key word here, kids, they were very unselfish.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got something in. Everybody got some material in that was really cool. So I'm a big fan of all four of those guys, especially after Saturday afternoon. So they made me tune out the Army Navy overtime game to watch it. So I and I'm a football freak, so the Army Navy was big to me, big when I was a kid. So anyway, it was really a fun watch. I would, as Conrad said, and we say this all the time, or maybe not as enough. Maybe we don't say it enough. Go out of your way and find that match and watch it all without somebody talking to you. Just sit in front of your TV or your computer and watch the damn match. You're going to be very happy that you did and took our advice on that one. And it is going to be the benchmark for dog collar matches in the future, in my opinion.
Agree.
So it's really good stuff, and I'm happy that we're talking about it, and those guys get their hugs, and it made my Saturday afternoon without a doubt.